Hello and welcome to About the House. The Joint Select Committee on Northern Australia has begun an inquiry on opportunities for expanding the aquaculture industry in Northern Australia. The inquiry will examine an industry which has the potential to significantly contribute to growing the economy of the region. I recently spoke with Committee Chair Warren Ench about the possibilities.
Well, you're right. It's one of those mystery pieces, if you like. Aquaculture, if you sort of look at it, you think to yourself, well, you know, if there's any pressure on wild-caught fisheries or something like that, it seems to be a no-brainer that if you can breed these creatures in controlled environments, in the densities that you need, it's the protein that people are looking for in a protein-starved world. It just makes sense. Now, if you go into the markets, you see no end of you know, Woolworths and Coles and all those, no end of product that we can, well, we believe we can grow here. That's available, but when you have a look at the tags on it, there's a lot of stuff that they call barramundi, but it's bassa or Nile perch or whatever, but it's all grown by aquaculture. The prawns and other crustaceans that are grown in a similar, so much of those coming in from overseas. And so you start to wonder what's wrong with us. And I have for a long time, because to me it was a no-brainer. And in developing this white paper, of course, we were looking at how we're going to feed a hungry population in the tropical world. A population, you know, we talk about agriculture, but the prime source of protein in a lot of these countries comes out of the sea. And of course, the big problem over there, a lot of these fisheries have well and truly been depleted. And we see prawns coming in from Thailand and from Vietnam, and then you look at it and you suddenly see that there's a lot of technology and a lot there are aid projects that come from Australia. And so why aren't we doing it here? And I guess the light bulb moment for many of us on this committee was early in the inquiry last year. We went to a seafood or a prawn hatchery and aquaculture project near Ayr in far north Queensland. And they grow tiger prawns and they grow a fish called cobia. And we walked in and they had the most magnificent array of cooked prawns sitting on the table for the committee. And beside it there was a stack of documents about this high. And when we enjoyed the prawns, they then explained that they were trying to over double their size. And their current size, they employ 80 people. They actually have world's best practice in their facility, and they grow world's best prawns. There's no question about it, but they can only they're constrained by their production to about 15%, which they sell to Woolworths. That's all they can grow. And they needed to over double their size. They've been waiting for 13 years. 13 years. Those documents was over $2 million in an EIS, and they still haven't been approved. And then when you go to the reference in it, there was, I can't remember offhand, but there was something like 50 or 60 papers that had been funded by the Australian taxpayer on research into prawns, in breeding, in dealing with effluent, in dealing with management, all of these things which showed clearly that through taxpayer-funded research, Australia is by far a world leader in a whole broad range of aquaculture. But we cannot get an approval. But through our aid project, we are using that world's best research, and we are supporting the establishment in places like Vietnam and Thailand and other places, so that they can grow the prawns under Australian research and then bring them back and sell them to Australia. Now, I have no problem with them, with people growing prawns or any aquaculture anywhere in the world. But why can't we capture the opportunity? It is a taxpayer-invested research, and why can't we capture the opportunity? And that's why we started this inquiry.
For more information on the inquiry, see the Northern Australia Committee website.